Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Line of God's Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to go ahead and read you a chapter from the Bible. Today, I want to continue with Exodus chapter 20. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and the fourth generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed, and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep, and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by the steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. A very powerful chapter, because here we get the 10 Commandments in Exodus 20, and it's super powerful because I talked about this in yesterday's video. The purpose of life, from my perspective, is to serve God. And how does God want to be served? Like this. He tells us in the 10 Commandments how he wants to be served. Jesus himself gave another commandment. Do you remember? He says, Another commandment I give you, to love one another as I have loved you. This is how men will know that you are his, in the way that ye love one another. Now, I talked about this idea of love many times. Love does not mean, to me, my own opinion, love does not mean infatuation. It doesn't mean obsession. It most certainly doesn't mean covetousness. Love means sacrifice. If you think about the images that are paraded around of I'm just trying to think. This isn't even a bad example, but let's say like this. Adultery, as we know, is a sin, right? So why then is adultery in so many forms? So a man and a woman outside of wedlock, this could be anywhere. Anywhere. It doesn't have to be one specific avenue. So it could be a TV show, could be a movie, could be pornography. I wouldn't know. I don't watch anything. I serve God perfectly. It could be strip club. So many other things. If we know adultery is a sin, why is it paraded around everywhere? Okay? And then the idea is this. I don't want to specifically speak on any of these things and say that's not love. For all I know, if two people committing adultery say they love each other, who am I to say they don't love each other? That's not what I'm saying. Because one day they, for example, somebody, you know, is not married and the couple is not married, then they become married. Okay, now this is no longer a sin. So that's not what I'm saying. It's the idea that love is not necessarily, love is not to me that infatuation, that obsession, that covetousness. Love means sacrifice. When I think of love, I think about a man wheeling around his wife in a wheelchair. I think about a dad taking care of his elderly mom whose husband has passed away. I think about a parent working hard day and night to provide a debt-free education for their child. That is love to me. Love is not easy. Love is hard. Love is not, one moment it's here, the next moment it's gone. Love is a powerful, deep sacrifice that people make for each other because they care about each other beyond superficial things. Tell me like this. If a man and wife are there and the man goes off to war, God forbid, and he comes home. If you've seen Forrest Gump, there's a scene in that movie with a man called Lieutenant Dan. And Lieutenant Dan in this movie, Forrest Gump, he is leading Forrest, and he's shot and paralyzed on the field of battle. This is in Vietnam. And he tells Forrest to let him die, but Forrest won't let him die. And this idea is like this. If the man comes home from war and he's crippled, and God forbid his wife says that she doesn't want him, is this the kind of sacrifice? No, love is hard. Love means sacrifice. And you can take that the other way as well. I mentioned the idea of a man wheeling around his wife in a wheelchair. That's what love looks like. Love is not these whatever images being paraded around of adultery or sin. Love is a conscious sacrifice that people make to build something, to take care of each other, to grow together, to manifest their dreams to reality. So I look at it that God here is showing this idea of what exactly sacrifices he wants his people to make. He tells them, if you do these things, he will show mercy upon them and he will care about them. And so he makes it clear exactly what he is. He says it so beautifully here. He says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. Later in another verse, the Adonai says he calls his name jealous. He says he's jealous, for he's a jealous God. Why? He wants the people to what? To love him. He wants them to love him. So if I talked about love for so long. What does love mean? Does it mean adultery in whatever form? No. Love means he sacrificed for God. And that is, one essence of what God teaches in these commandment chapters, which is that how are the people supposed to sacrifice for him? The idea is the people are supposed to follow his commandments, follow his statutes, follow his laws, and in doing so, God, Adonai is guiding them on how he wants to be worshipped, how he wants to be praised, how he wants to be loved. For he is a jealous God, and his name is jealous. So yeah, that's it. It's a powerful chapter, Exodus 20. So with that, I'll go ahead and end the Bible reading there for today, and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I worked my software engineering job, and I trained jiu-jitsu. And with no further achievements since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.